So in this video, I'm going to do an unboxing of these BAPE skate stas, and then I'm going to compare them with the regular BAPE Sta lows and Nike Air Force Ones. So BAPY is like the women's brand of a bathing ape, and they released these shoes in February 2023. And this is the second sneaker release from BAPY, and they're both in the skate sta model in the color Limeade and Baby Pink. The first sneaker collection from Baby came out in 2022 of May, and they had two skate stas and one BAPE sta, but in this one it's just the two. The skate stas are pretty similar to the Nike Dunks, especially the ones in the black and white panda colorway, but I don't have those, so in this video we will just be comparing to the BAPE Sta and Air Force Ones. So it comes in this pink bag with blue ribbon, and the shoebox is pretty similar to the green Bathing Ape one, except the logo, of course, is different. There's a cat here, and it's pink, so this is the one I'm talking about. And the price was in yen because I got it from the Harajuku store. So this is about 27,000 yen. Because I'm not from Japan, it's tax free. And in Canadian dollars, I paid about $290 for it. I'll put links of where to get it online. And inside there is the baby dust peg and also the branded tissue paper. So let's first talk about sizing. I'm going to be comparing with these BAPE Stilos that came out in 2021 and these Nike Air Forces that I got about 10 years ago. So from the top, it kind of looks like the blue BAPE Stas are slightly longer, but I think that's just because of the extra padding on the inside that's like taking up a bit of extra space. So the size tags are on the left shoe in the right side, and I got a size 7, 25 centimeters. And even though like this one is a women's shoe and this one is men's shoe, the size tag is actually the same. So actually when I first walked into the baby store, I thought it was like a kid's shoe because like youth sizing is the same as men's sizing while women's sizing is different. But I don't know, the tag just is the same. And for my Air Force Ones, these ones are actually the kids versions, um, which are half size smaller. They're 6.5 youth and 24.5 centimeters. But personally, I can't really feel a difference between these three shoes when I'm wearing them. And for reference, in most shoes, I'm usually a size women's 8.5 and men's 7. Now let's look at the outside facing part of the shoe. So the first thing I notice is that the BAPE Sta and the Air Force One seem like slightly taller than the Skate Sta. And also in the heel here, you have this rubber part that says 93, which is the year that A Bathing Ape was founded. While here you have the ape logo and there's nothing here. Also underneath that, it says the word BAPE, and it's more like bolded and italicized. While here you have like the double lines, and here there's only like a single line that's like slightly italicized, but not as much. You can get a closer look. Now comparing the Sta, we've got a black with pink stitching and the baby asterisk in the middle. And for the BAPE Sta, it's just all white with white stitching, similar with the Air Force One. Also in the BAPE Sta and the Air Force One, you got like these two holes down here that's not here. Now the eyelet here is kind of different. You have two pink ones at the top, and in some photos you'll see like a shoelace charm hanging from the extra hole. Like I saw this on Instagram, but I actually didn't get a shoelace charm in mine. Maybe it's the black one that doesn't come with one, only the green one. Not sure, but I guess you can like hang whatever you want or leave it empty or tie your shoelace on the other hole to get a tighter fit. And this is also different from the Nike Dunks. They have like two holes here, but extra holes, and here there's one. And let's compare to the BAPE STAs, which have like one hole that's metal and it says a bathing ape. And on the skate sta, the holes at the top are definitely more similar to the dunks. And also like the top part is slightly shorter than these ones. Personally, I kind of like the way the holes look in the Air Force Ones better. I kind of feel like they're more like spaced out and linear, but that's just my opinion. Um, and then you got the soles. So all of them have stars on the bottom, but there's an extra like two lines here, and the skates are pink. I think that the dunks actually don't have the stars though. Like, let's zoom in. Yeah, I don't see any. Also, on these shoelace tags here, you got this shiny pink star on top of like a black plastic kind of backing, whereas on the BAPE STA and the Air Force One, they're kind of like all full metal. And I think on the dunks, yeah, they don't have the tag at all. I think out of the three, my favorite would actually be the skate sta, even though I feel like the backing doesn't make it look as sturdy as these two, but I like the pink one better. So let's look at the tongue and the shoelaces. Here you have a white on black, and all of the shoelaces are kind of similar in thickness. Haven't changed it from the original, but I noticed like the Dunks one, I don't know, they look kind of like skinny, but it's also white on with a black outline. Um, yeah, and here you got the blue, the white border, and the white on white. Flipping to the inner facing side of the shoe, I think it's nice how in the corner here you have this logo stitching, which you don't really see anything there in the BAPE STA or the Air Force One. And then on this side of the shoe, the material kind of curves differently. It's more similar to the way the Dunks look versus the BAPE STA and Air Force One. They're kind of like the same part of the shoe. And then of course you got like this different tread pattern with the pink and the stars compared to the double line and the teeth that are more consistent. And when we look at the outsole, the skates share some similarities with the BAPE STAs, like they both got the R and the star, but their shape is slightly different and like the pattern differs in here and like how it connects with the side of the shoe. And I would say one of the biggest differences is like the placement of the logo. I think it's cool that they use like the original BAPE STA logo here, um, but it's like different of the way it's put in the middle, whereas in the Air Force and the BAPE STA, you kind of got them like smaller on the side, kind of in a similar position. Now the back. So I would say the back of the skate sta shares some more similarities with the Air Force One, um, especially how like you kind of got similar type of fabric on the inside, whereas in the BAPE STA there's more of like a leather padding, as well as how it's wider on both sides compared to the BAPE STA. Also, in both of these, you have like the logo that's embroidered versus here it's not. And in the skate sta, you kind of have like this three-line stitching that's a bit similar to the stitching in the dunks, as well as how everything continues as like one piece of fabric here versus here it's like separated. Yeah, I also like how in all of these sneakers, like the star or the swoosh on the side kind of goes into like behind the back. So yeah, overall, I think these shoes are pretty easy to wear. They go with a lot of things. They're kind of like upgraded Panda Dunks. You have like basic black and white but with some pink details, which makes it a little more interesting. Um, yeah, thanks for watching. I hope it was useful.